Lakers basketball is finally back after a 50-32 season last year, ending in third place in the West. We have a bunch of new offseason acquisitions, and this team is ready to roll. Today, I'm excited to bring on Deondre Hawkins, host of Lakers Talk Daily with ESPN LA. Deondre, thanks for coming on, man. How excited are you watch some Lakers ball?
Man, it's always a good feeling when the NBA season is here. I am honestly really excited to see what this Lakers team is going to look like with the healthy Luka Doncic. I mean, we already know LeBron James is going to be out of the lineup, so I'm curious to see how this Lakers team is going to shake up without him in the lineup. But I'm excited, man. This is a whole new year. Second year of JJ Reddick. Let's see what this Lakers team can do.
So give me the pitch. Why this year? Why can the Lakers win a championship? I know, obviously, acquiring Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, LaRavia over the offseason. We know skinny Luka is back. I know LeBron is obviously coming off an injury at the start of the season. But why this year? Why can the Lakers win a championship this year?
I think the biggest thing is, like you said, a healthy Luka Doncic. This is the year where they got to maximize his prime. And a second year with JJ Redick, you understand that he came in there and said that he's picked a lot of brains from different coaches, whether it's Sean McVay, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. So he took this whole entire offseason to work on his craft, to fix the issues that he had last season. We going into that Timberwolves series. That Lakers team mismatch. There was a lot of mismatches on that floor. The Timberwolves did a great job of exploiting those mismatches, and Austin Reeves wasn't his best. Rui Hachimura wasn't his best, and then the Lakers didn't have any size whatsoever. Jackson Hayes came in; he filled in that starting position when the Lakers acquired Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. But you see that they had no real depth going in at all into that playoff series. And rookie year JJ Redick, he's going to make some mistakes. I know he received a lot of criticism going into that series for not making any single substitution whatsoever, and it bit them. And that was a game that the Lakers had to win if he was going to make that choice, and they didn't. But the difference with this year is that they added key pieces here and there. You added a veteran like Marcus Smart, who is going to exert all of his energy on the defensive end of the floor, and he's going to bring that toughness to this team that they so desperately need. DeAndre Ayton, I'm still skeptical about him. Only reason that is because he's got to be motivated himself. I understand that they got Luka Doncic, you got LeBron James is going to be there right alongside him to try to motivate him and try to get him to play hard every single night. But if he comes in every single night and just does the simple things, rebounding, being a great rim protector, but also running the lanes, running the floor, utilizing a pick and roll game like he did with the Phoenix Suns when you got a guy like Luka Doncic who can find anybody off the screen and roll, that's his bread and butter, then the sky is the limit. But he has to maximize his potential, his talent, because the talent is there. But now is how are you going to get that on the basketball court? And then, like I said, I love what Austin Reeves can do on the offensive end of the floor. Defensively, that's been the biggest issue with him. But you look at that preseason with him and Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent, you saw a leap that they took going into this preseason. Gabe Vincent's been really efficient offensively, and I know he's been announced that he's going to be in the starting lineup. So you had him in the mix and a healthy Jared Vanderbilt. Like, you starting to see the puzzle starting to get put together, and now you got JJ Redick who's trying to get championship expectations out of these guys, and they're going into every single game with championship mentality. So this Lakers team I think they just have a different mentality and mindset going in, and I think they understand what happened in that Timberwolves series, and they're going to correct every single mistakes on a night in and night out basis.
100%. I think with this team, it's always been depth. It's been how can we get LeBron not to be doing everything in year 23. So it's a tall task, obviously, to be a center on the Los Angeles Lakers. It is championship mentality. And, after listening to everything in media day and whatnot, it seems like Ayton knows his position, and he realizes that, the past couple of years when he was with the Blazers, he wasn't with a winning mentality. So he's here and he knows, like, this is his time to prove that he, is with the best. I mean, he has experience. He was in a championship with the Suns, so we know he can get there. It's just about him, wanting it a little more. And like you said, with depth, I think my thought process was the starting lineup is a little bit all over the place, and I think it's going to change a bunch of times throughout the regular season, even with LeBron hurt. So I was wondering, we can talk about with healthy and then without healthy. Let's talk about right now. So, like you mentioned, JJ Redick, had posted that it's going to be Luka, Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, Hachimura, and Ayton being the starting five going in, to the first game tomorrow against the Warriors. Were you surprised when this came out? Did you think maybe Vando should have started, Smart should have started? I know, I'm a little iffy with Gabe Vincent because we know what he could do. I mean, I don't know, it was last week. He started off 5 for 5 from 3. He definitely has that offensive power that, isn't taught. But it's definitely iffy. It's not consistent. It's not every day. And I don't know if he can be able to be the guy who can guard the point guard on the other team, because we know Luka can't do that. We'll see if Luka can. But
yeah,
were you surprised seeing Gabe Vincent in the starting lineup?
I was a little bit surprised because the whole message going in, the whole narrative is that the Lakers need a point of attack defender. That's why they went and got Marcus Smart. And then you got Jared Vanderbilt. You see what he can provide on that defensive end of the floor. And I want to say one thing about Jared Vanderbilt. I love the aggressiveness that he has been doing this preseason. Not being hesitant of shooting the rock, shooting the ball with confidence. I know he worked on his jump shot throughout this whole offseason. The corner three. We need a corner three merchant, man, and he could possibly be one. I'm not saying that they need to rely on him to do so, but if you can take and make a three-point shot, then all of a sudden you start to see the defense shift, and they have to start, okay, we got to close out a little bit. But he's doing a better job of moving without the basketball. The biggest thing with him is he will be inside the paint, man. He will legit be inside the paint, and he will pass it out. The Lakers can't afford that. They can't have that. But Ben Simmons. We don't need a Ben Simmons, man. And I was a little bit shocked because the whole thing is that Lakers are small. When they added Gabe Vincent, now your lineup went from got wingspan, you got length, you got size to, okay, now you're starting to get a little small. But he did go out there and he did say, JJ Redick did say that this starting lineup is not set. This is not a lineup that's going to be the same every single night. It's a matchup purposes. And Golden State Warriors, you see what they have with Podziemski, you got Stephen Curry, you got Moses Moody, you got Jonathan Kuminga possibly coming off the bench. Then you got a healthy Jimmy Butler, you got Draymond Green. That Warriors team is still the Warriors. But I think the mindset that JJ Redick is going to is that they don't have lockdown defenders. He came out and said that. I saw a sit down he did with Tim Legler. NBA Today started to do a little segment where he sits down. It's like a coach's corner, and he picks their brain and does a film session. And JJ Redick flat out said, look, we got to rely on our help defense. We got to rely on guys being able to rotate. We got to rely on guys to be able to, if your teammate gets beat on the drive, you got to be able to rotate. We got to have guys closing out with hands up. And I think going into this night, Gabe Vincent can match up well with a guy like Podziemski. He can match up relatively well with Steph Curry. The only thing is that, Steph Curry does not stop moving. He's going to run around. And the Lakers are going to have to do a great job of clogging up the paint and forcing, honestly, heavily contested jump shots. The Warriors are going to try to muck it up. They're going to try to make the game a little bit faster than what the Lakers can probably keep up with right now. We don't know what the Lakers' identity is because we haven't seen a whole team. You know what you're going to get out of the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. So I was a little bit shocked because Jared Vanderbilt, you see what he did. I'm just going off recency bias. You see what he did against the Phoenix Suns and picking Devin Booker up as soon as he gets across the half-court line, making him work, fighting through screens, making it really difficult for him. And we know how elite of a scorer Devin Booker is. I was trying to get in that mindset, okay, Vanderbilt can do that same thing against Stephen Curry. And I'm not saying he's going to lock up Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is who he is for a reason.
It's almost impossible. But
yeah, it's almost impossible. But you can make things difficult, and that's all you can ask for in a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. And I thought maybe Marcus Smart, but he's been on a little bit of a minutes restriction. He still isn't fully healthy. We know there's some setbacks that he has had. Don't get me wrong, he's still going to go in there. He's still going to perform. He's still going to play. But that's why the Lakers in a roll with Marcus Smart. So I thought it was going to be keep that bigger size lineup with Jared Vanderbilt. But I think the Lakers are looking at it more of a spacing now offensively because you had Gabe Vincent. Now all of a sudden your offense goes from this when you had Vanderbilt to this.
Right.
Now you have no choice, but the lane opens up for a pick and roll game for DeAndre Ayton. So I think that's where JJ Redick gets in the mindset of why he puts Gabe Vincent in.
No, 100%. I think Marcus Smart is definitely going to have to earn his role. I mean, he is a vet who is experienced as well, with the Celtics, but he's been kind of quiet the past couple of years with the Grizzlies and whatnot. So I think it'll be his job to win, but I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the season when LeBron's back. I think Marcus Smart is going to be that fifth guy to close up a game because he has the experience as much as Gabe does as well. Gabe is been a little inconsistent, and he's been on the trade block for the past couple of years. So we'll see what happens there, and we'll see if any mid-season acquisitions.
I will say though is that you don't need to ask too much for Gabe Vincent. Just go out there, you play hard, you try to keep guys in front, but he has to be able to knock down jump shots. That's why he's in the style line of going into this game tomorrow night against the Golden State Warriors. He was shooting the ball really well. You mentioned it. He got out to a 5-for-5 start against the Dallas Mavericks. The last preseason game against the Sacramento Kings, he was torching them offensively. He was comfortable coming off the dribble, shooting the 3-ball, coming off the down screen, shooting the 3-ball. He has that ability to make the offense a lot better. But now how is it going to be on the defensive end of the floor? The biggest thing with this Lakers team, we're not worried about them offensively. What can they do on the defensive end of the floor? And that's going to be my biggest worry is when they get a mismatch on a guy with his size. They're going to exploit that. The Minnesota Timberwolves do a great job of doing that. I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing going into this year, but the Lakers team, they have to be able to defend this year. Austin Reeves is going to have to be able to defend. Hell, Luka Doncic, I know he's not that great of a defender. He's not that bad of a help side defender. We saw a lot of good signs in Eurobasket, but he's going to have to try to keep guys in front. He's going to have to exert more energy on that end than just offensively. And Rui Hachimura, I love what he did going into this preseason. He's got to be able to utilize his size. He can't be a guy that just settles for 3-ball. Utilize your size. Get in there, be nasty in the paint. You have a nice mid-range game, utilize that. So I'm telling you, this Lakers team, the only for them to have success this season, they have to be able to defend and rebound.
100%. And you talk about Luka. I mean, we've gone a little too long in this pod without glazing Luka for a little bit, because this is our guy. Luka is going to be the face of the Lakers for the next decade, hopefully. Mm-hmm. And I expect a lot out of him. I'm expecting, honestly, an MVP type of season, if not top 3 player in the league. And I don't think that's asking much of a guy like Luka Doncic. I mean, he was only with the Lakers for half of the season, and we ended up in 3rd place. Obviously, it was an iffy first-round exit against the Timberwolves. What are your expectations with the full year of, an offseason with Luka? How do you see Luka coming out of the year, now that he lost a little bit of weight and he's kind of going into the regular season knowing that he is the guy? Do you think that he's going to, keep, I guess, exponentially getting better, or do you see Luka maintaining this sort of top 10 player in the league?
I see him maintaining this top 10 player in the league. I think I said it on my Lakers Talk Daily, which you guys can find on our ESPN LA YouTube channel. He's my early favorite for MVP this year, because you've seen the work that he's put in, you've seen the work that he is doing. But I see this whole season of him, he has to be a leader. He has to be a leader as far as his play, but he also has to be a leader vocally. He has to be able to tell and get on DeAndre Ayton. The Phoenix Suns got the most out of DeAndre Ayton because of Chris Paul, because of Devin Booker. They were in his ear. Hey, man, you got to do this. You got to do that. Hey, that's your spot. You got to be there. When you come off that pick and roll, you got to roll hard to the basket. Hey, man, we can't afford you to be in foul trouble. Hey, you got to get that rebound. They were constantly on him and on him and on him every single game. And that's why the Suns were able to get that talent out of DeAndre Ayton and to translate it to the basketball court. Luka Doncic, yes, we understand he's great. He's going to bring a lot of things to this table offensively. He's going to be able to score a lot. He's going to be able to facilitate, get guys open. He's going to have to be a leader. He's going to have to be vocal. He's going to have to get guys in their spots. He's going to have to communicate. It's hard. It is hard when you're doing everything so well offensively and you get to the defensive end of the court, and then now all of a sudden you got to communicate. You're rotating. You're doing all these different things. He has to be a leader. And Austin Reeves, he has to step up. He has to step up this year, because without LeBron James, who else is going to be able to provide that scoring? Now you look at Austin Reeves. He's the next guy who can create his own shot, get off the dribble, do a lot of things well offensively. I'm telling you right now, they need to be able to defend. That is going to be the biggest storyline for the Lakers to have success. What are they going to do on the defensive end of the floor? But as far as Luka Doncic, I do not see him drop. I don't see no drop off at all. I see him 82 games if he stays healthy, motivated, determined. Luka Doncic. This is a different side we have not seen from him. It reminds me of seeing him going into his rookie year. We see how slim he was. You see how quick he was, taking guys off the dribble. Hell, Luka Doncic was even dunking the ball, man. Yeah. When are we going to see a Luka Doncic dunk? And I hope we get at least a couple of those this season. But no, all jokes aside, I don't see a drop off with him. I do believe that he could be an MVP this season. It all depends on how the other guy's going to fall in line. And he's going to have to be able to take smart shots. Not everything has to be one-on-one ISO ball. You have a team. You have a group of guys that JJ Redick is going to put in the right spots. Trust your head coach. trust the guys are going to do their job. And that's all it's going to come down to.
Man, I can't wait. I don't think I've ever seen so much pressure on an undrafted player as we see in Austin Reeves. I think just because how well he's been playing during the regular season, we just expect him to, keep stepping up and be an all-star caliber type of guy, which I think he totally could be, and he is due for an all-star type of year. But are we expecting almost too much from Reeves, or is he that guy? I mean, we know he is, but you got to realize, he was undrafted. We had, probably the best contract in the league. Do you expect Austin Reeves as well to, keep getting better, or is this kind of what you see is what you get from Austin Reeves?
I mean, I expect him to keep getting better. He's playing for a contract. So I think that's why the pressure is on him a lot more. He's playing for a bigger contract. So he's going to have to perform, because if he doesn't perform to the level that we all believe that he's capable of, then all of a sudden that big contract extension all of a sudden goes from, okay, do we want to consider re-signing this guy? Which I think the intentions are re-signing Austin Reeves. He wants to be a Laker for life. But yes, that pressure is on him because Austin Reeves was doing so well, like you said, in that regular season. It just came in that playoff series where he got exposed offensively and really got exposed defensively. But I do believe that this whole Lakers team, you see what they're doing in the offseason. Luka Doncic doing Eurobasket, taking pride in his body. You see Rui Hachimura, wrestling with sumo guys, learning how to, bump and do all these different sorts of things. Jared Vanderbilt's in the lab, Austin Reeves in the lab. Everyone did their part in his offseason.
And LeBron's been golfing.
He's got that sciatica, man. Remember, he got that sciatica, bro. We got to get that fully healthy.
The golf swing.
Hey, did you see that golf swing?
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
It's like I have the itch myself, and I'm getting there. I don't know. Bronny, by the way, he's
apparently he's really good. I mean, I've been hearing some stuff, through Lakers media and all this stuff that he's actually gotten better at golf. But like I said, man, the expectations for Austin Reeves, it's going to be high because remember the narrative that was going on last season. Oh, Austin Reeves is the third best option. He's the third best player of any single team in the NBA. So when you started to hear those noises, you started seeing the media coming out with it.
I was hammering that too, by the way.
Everyone was hammering it. And then, we all know it started coming towards the second half of the season after that All-Star break. And then as that narrative kept on going on and on and on, you started to see okay, there's a little drop-off going on last week. He's not scoring efficiently like he was throughout the early the season. And I don't know if that's because he got to play a little bit more off the ball when you add a guy like Luka Doncic compared to Anthony Davis. He doesn't need the ball in his hands all this every single possession. So I think that's the other things too. The Lakers are going to understand their spacing. A full training camp, they're going to understand their spacing. They're going to understand when to move without the ball. When Austin Reeves got the ball, what is Luka Doncic going to do? When Luka Doncic got the ball, what is Austin Reeves going to do? They're going to learn how to play off of each other. And that's the biggest thing of why everyone was like, you need a full training camp. You need a full offseason. He came in the midpoint of the NBA season, and he was already hurt with that calf strain. He was out already a month prior the trade deadline. So, again, this is all being able to stay healthy. You got JJ Redick second year. You got to believe that the Lakers team can be a top 5 team in the Western Conference.
No, definitely. Were you surprised at all seeing that JJ had already had an extended contract? I think we have him through 2030. I mean, I'm excited to see it because the past decade the Lakers have just been switching coaches like it's a bag of chips. But we need a Steve Kerr, we need a Phil Jackson. We need
stability.
Ready to be here for a decade and grow with the team as well. So I'm excited to see the extension, but at the same time, it is pretty crazy to get an extension after just one rookie season.
Yeah, and that threw all of us off. I mean, going into opening press conference and you hear Rob Pelinka flat out say that, we extended JJ Redick, and everyone's looking around like, oh, it happened. You got a contract extension, and he still had 3 more years left, 2-3 more years left on his deal. So, I think that was a sign of saying that, hey, we found our guy. We found our guy. We found someone that understands the excellence of the Lakers franchise. We found a guy who wants nothing but championships and to bring championships to this Lakers organization. And if Rob Pelinka believes in it and they extend him, then you understand the Guggenheim group, they're in there now. If they're agreeing to it, then they all believe in that front office that, hey, we found our guy. We found the one that can get the most out of Luka Doncic's prime. And You got to be excited for that, to see how they be able to grow together with Luka Doncic and JJ Redick.
No, totally. I mean, the best expression is just ball doesn't last. So if we can keep winning, I don't think any Laker fans are going to have any problem with JJ being extended. But sweet. All right, I want to talk about LeBron a little bit, and then we're going to do a little draft to cap it off. But
all right.
So LeBron James, my goat, is your goat? By the way, is your goat?
Kobe's considered. Kobe's my GOAT growing up. I was a big Kobe Bryant fan, but I can understand people who do say LeBron James is their GOAT. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, no, I mean it might be recency bias, but it's just like
for sure.
Still seeing him in the Laker uniform, and like this is year 8, which is pretty crazy. And my big thing that I've actually been hammering off season, as much as I glaze LeBron and whatever, saying he's the GOAT. If he doesn't win another championship with the Lakers, I think his time here might be a disappointment. I mean, he only has one championship, the bubble. I call it championship. I mean, I know a lot of people hate on it. A championship is a championship. All right.
Exactly.
If he can get another one, that cements him as an all-time Laker great, but he still has something to prove. And I think that is a big reason why he wants to stay and why he wants to keep playing. I mean, this is year 23. LeBron has been defying odds every year. I mean, he averaged 24, 7, and 8 last year in 70 games. That's like top 10 player, people in their prime. And he's in year 23, 40 years old. What do you expect from LeBron this year? For me, it does kind of feel like this might be the season where we see age is coming up to him. I mean, you really people say this every single year, but with him coming into the season hurt, and now Luka is the face of the team, and he knows that as well. Do you think there'll be a drop off in at least just stat line, or do you think he's going to come in and just keep proving everyone wrong?
It's funny that every single year we're going into like, oh, we're going to expect a little drop off from LeBron James. Oh, we're expecting his offensive game to kind of take a little decline. He's going to have to be a better shooter. He can't keep doing what he's doing as far as driving into the lane and jumping up for alley-oops and doing all this stuff. And you look at it like, oh, damn, wait a minute. This guy averaged 24. He averaged 23, 7, and 7 and 7 or 8 and 7, whatever his whole stat line was. And it's like, we got to remember that there was a time last season where the Lakers had that awful stretch. I remember they were going in and they got blown out in Miami. And I remember being in the studio and I was talking to Beto Duran and Funches and all that. I'm like, damn, this Lakers team does not look good. And that was that game, to me personally, was that turning point where like, hey, we need you to be the best defender on the team. We need you to do everything because look at who we have. No one else is stepping up in their respective role. We got to get a lot out of these guys. So you got to be able to set the tone. And guess what he did? He was the best defender on the Lakers team in that stretch. He was the leading scorer of that Lakers team, rebounder, wherever the case is. And you saw that shift after that. And you don't see a drop-off with them. Now, him being hurt, I don't know the real significance of this injury. I never had a sciatica. I want to be able to tell you what exactly that feels like. Right. But when he gets back into the lineup, he might be a little rusty. He might be a little out of shape. He's not playing. Hell, he's not going to be playing the first 3-4 weeks of the season. Real games that we're talking about, not preseason, real ramped up games. So there might be a little rust, and there might be a little bit of miscommunication on the basketball court because he wasn't. I don't know if he was practicing with them in training camp. There was no real reports about that. So now you got to figure out the timing, the ball movement, the spacing, the player movement, all these different types of things. So there might be a point where it doesn't surprise me that it's like, okay, he's just a little rusty, but that rust is going to come off relatively quick. I don't expect a drop off of LeBron James. I expect him to come in there and get the most out of his guys and still be that guy to be able to provide a lot of things on the basketball court because he commands a lot on the floor. And with him on there, it's only going to help out the Lakers team. It can't hurt them.
Right. No, of course. And our expectations with LeBron are just all over the place. I mean, there's people that hate him. There's people that love him. So he defies odds all the time. So we'll see. My only worry is with him being hurt at the start of the season, it might be a slower start than usual. It's not like he needs to play any preseason games. He's been doing it for 22 years, but I'm a little worried that it's going to be a slower start to the season. Not saying that, later in the season we'll get going, but the West is so stacked. So it's a little nerve-wracking to come start the season with LeBron injured. But okay, sweet. Let's do this. So I wanted to do a little snake draft. So we'll go back and forth, pretty much drafting this current Lakers roster. So I think there's about 10 guys that we'll see rotation, and we'll be
Okay.
playing during the season. You're the guest. You can start. So with the 1-1, who are you picking for the current Lakers draft?
I'll start off. Give me LeBron James.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me LeBron
Okay.
James.
Well, I mean, I have to take Luka there. I think,
Yeah.
like we both mentioned, I think we're expecting a big year from Luka. MVP type of season. I think he's due. He's due for an MVP. So my first pick is Luka, and since we're doing Snake, I'll go second. I'm just going to fill out my backcourt. Give me Austin Reeves, best undrafted player ever. My 1 and 2 is set.
Give me I'm gonna take Marcus Smart because I need some dog. I need a dog on the team. I need someone that's gonna be able to set the tone defensively, dive on the floor, be mad, be angry, be all up in your face. So give me Marcus Smart to be my leading guard. How about that?
There you go. There you go. You got one more after that.
Oh, that's right. So then you know what? I'm gonna add some more size. So give me Rui Hachimura. I like what Rui Hachimura can provide offensively, and I think he's gonna utilize his size a lot more too.
I mean, there's no wrong way to put it, but I think you letting me have DeAndre Ayton, the starting center, definitely gives me the size. I mean, no hate against Jackson Hayes, but I think DeAndre Ayton is going to be a big step up this year. So I got Luka, Reeves, and Ayton. And then for my 4th pick, let's go Jake LaRavia, honestly. I haven't talked too much about him. Honestly, sometimes when you don't expect too much from a player, I feel like they show you what's up. So I'm going to take LaRavia. I know he's a big 3-and-D guy. I know we lost Dorian Finney-Smith last year, so I'm expecting him to kind of be that same type of role and be that forward guy that we need.
This might surprise you. I'm not going to take a center from this current Lakers team. I'm going to go a little bit of a smaller, kind of bigger size lineup. So who I got? Marcus Smart, LeBron, and Rui. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Give me Jared Vanderbilt. And I'm gonna need somebody that can spot up and shoot. So I'm gonna add Gabe Vincent in there. So that's my complete 5 on this current roster team. And I don't know. I feel like I got some dogs in that team. We're gonna be able to space the floor out. We're gonna make DeAndre Ayton have to play defense. We're gonna be able to run the floor. We're gonna do a lot of different things and muck it up defensively.
No, I like it. I mean, I'm glad that you took this seriously because now it's got me thinking a little bit. I mean, I don't really want to have Ayton and Hayes that's going to close up the court a lot. So you know what? My team's gonna be full of vibes. Give me Bronny to close out.
I'm not knocking it. You gotta have a little bit of vibes in the locker room. You gotta have a little bit of vibes on the court.
No hate against Bronny. I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. Like, are you expecting Bronny to have any role in this team this year?
We'll see. He might have like a couple minutes here and there. But this Lakers team, they added so much to their team. We didn't mention Jake LaRavia. He's supposed to be a big part of this team. He's supposed to be that guy that fills in for Dorian Finney-Smith, the 3-and-D guy. So he says he feels himself more than a 3-and-D guy. But I mean, Bronny probably will play here and there, but I expect to see him a lot more in the G League and just keep on ramping up, keep on getting better, keep on developing.
For sure. Not to mention a Duthiero who we drafted, super bouncy. So I'm hoping he can stay healthy and show some athleticism, some energy off the bench. But sweet. Do you want to? Okay, let's do this right before we close off. What is your final prediction for where this team ends up in the West at the end of the year?
Okay, I think the team is going to go. You want overall record or just where they're going to?
I think we can just do seeding. I mean, record's kind of all over the place. It's just the West is so stacked, and now the Rockets are contending. The Suns, the Spurs should be good. The Timberwolves,
I think this is how I think it's going to be. Just like prediction wise, Thunder's gonna be first. I believe that Houston's gonna be second. Okay. Minnesota's gonna be third. I know people are saying that Houston without Van Vliet, they're gonna be. I don't know. I have a feeling that Houston's gonna do something before the trade deadline because they're in win now mode to add someone to fill in for Fred Van Vliet. So who knows? We'll see. They're a really, really big team, and we'll see what they can do. So I got Minnesota at third. Then I have the Lakers finishing fourth. I think Lakers will be fourth in the Western Conference. I said it on my Lakers Talk Daily. I believe they'll be a top 5 team in the Western Conference. I know a lot of people are sleeping on the Dallas Mavericks because they're, Kyrie's not there. But again, that team has a lot of depth, man, and they can play in different ways. They got a lot of size. They're going to be a team to be the reckon with in the Western Conference. But Lakers believe they'll be a 4th seed.
I like that. I'm going to put the Lakers at the 5 seed. I think the Nuggets have just a little sled above us. And
it's hard about Denver. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the Grizzlies who just, I mean, I don't know.
The Grizzlies, Great regular season team. Really good regular season team.
As
soon as they get in the playoffs, they can't stay healthy, man. There's something about them, they just can't stay healthy. Jaren Jackson has an injury. We'll see what John Morant can do. And then they don't have Desmond Bane anymore. They got Contavious Caldwell-Pope. So we'll see.
Forget the Grizzlies. Forget the Grizzlies. The Mavs are going to be nice. It'll be interesting to see how that trade kind of ends up with them having Cooper Flag. But yeah, I'm gonna put the Lakers at 5, and as long as we can get into the playoffs, we have a chance with LeBron and Luka. Hopefully, we can get out the first round this year. I'm expecting division. I don't know. We'll do more. It's just too early to do reactions, and this team is gonna kind of like we mentioned. This team is gonna change a little bit. So I'm excited. But Lake Show is finally back. Deondre, thank you so much for helping on, man. I know it's been a long time coming. Love all the content. I'm excited to see you grinding with the season coming up. But sweet. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and lots of Lakers content coming soon. Peace.